What's up, y'all? I was watching It Is What It Is. It's another podcast. They got a rap artist, Mace and Cameron on there. If y'all not familiar with Mace, he was a part of Bad Boys with P. Diddy, Notorious B.I.G., Craig Mack. He was very popular back in the 1990s. And then Cameron is a friend of Mace, but also was a rap artist, a part of the Diplomatics. They were a group with Joel Santana and Jim Jones. Well, they got a podcast now called It Is What It Is. And they were discussing, LeBron James scoring 50,000 points, which is a great accolade overall. So shout out to LeBron James. But I just wanted to come to y'all with this video and this clip because the way that he broke it down better than anyone I've ever heard break down why LeBron James isn't the GOAT, even though he has all of these stats. 50,000 points, most rebounds, most assists, which are all great accolades. But in my personal opinion, accolades don't transfer over to greatness on the basketball court, which is why I personally don't think LeBron James is the greatest of all time. Now, if you didn't know, it's your boy DtaeNoDinero here. Yes, so if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Like this video, y'all. Especially drop in the comments anything that y'all want to touch on, any videos y'all want me to touch on, because I do a lot of reactions on my channel. But I am a huge fan of Larry Bird, and honestly, I feel like Larry Bird is the best small forward of all time, if not the greatest basketball player of all time. But I feel like LeBron James, not even better than Larry Bird. So if you're new to the channel, you know I'm a Larry Bird fan. But I want to get into this little clip and play this audio. That way you guys can hear what Mace has said about why he feels like LeBron James is not the greatest of all time over Michael Jordan and over any other great, even though he has 50,000 points and all these rebounds and all these assists. And the biggest thing about this breakdown, to me personally, is that he broke it down to an intellect that everyone can understand from all ages. So that goes for, older folk, because he is older, and especially the young folk and the youth. There's no denying what he said. There's no denying it. So drop in the comments what y'all think. Please let me know what y'all think. And I'm going to go ahead and play these clips. And also, y'all, hit that like button. Come on, man, hit that like button. That way some more people can tap in and they can find out why LeBron James let you go. That's how you got to hit the like button. That's the only way this message is going to get to LeBron. No, I'm not messing with LeBron. But let's get to the clip, though.
Welcome back. Okay, so it's time to have this LeBron discussion. LeBron or LeGoat? That was a legitimate question. He hit another milestone. He reached a total of 50,000 points in the regular season and playoffs.
50,000?
50,000 points.
That's a lot of points. I must admit, as a Jordan fan, that is a lot of points.
Hey, now he just added to the list.
He's added to the list.
Yeah, this is in the Lakers 136-115 win versus the Pelicans. Trista, we already know LeBron is in a higher tier that kind of just keeps moving up. Is this enough to make him the overall GOAT? How are we feeling? One, about his achievement, and then two, your thoughts overall on LeBron and then the caliber that he's playing at the age he's at.
Yeah, it's crazy that he's third in MVP voting right now at this age, at 21 years into the league. That's ridiculous. And now he has Luka, who's going to take a lot of pressure off of his shoulders, and I think that's going to invigorate him some and probably extend his career. But I don't think anybody who has seen this consistently from LeBron didn't think that this was going to happen. But I don't think anyone's ever going to come anywhere near this number again, right? Like, Giannis just scored his 20,000 point the day after LeBron scored 50,000. And Giannis has been playing basketball for 12 years. So if he plays another 12 years at this pace, he'll play 24 years in the league and still have 10,000 less points than LeBron. So you see that number and you just go, wow, the longevity. I don't know if longevity at this height can be added to the GOAT discussion. I don't know. It feels like we're getting inching closer and closer and closer. Like, I feel as somebody who grew up in the early 90s, I can't let anyone take Jordan off that pinnacle, off that peak for me. But maybe that's just me being stubborn as an 80s baby.
No, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm not going to even let you lay the groundwork for that. No. LeBron is great at the longevities he's having. Let's just put apples where apples go, and let's put oranges where oranges go. It wouldn't matter if he gets 70,000 points, right? We're not weighing them against points. We're weighing them against the dominance. If I play much longer, I'm gonna get much more points. We're not going by points. If we were going by points, then that means Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would have been the GOAT until LeBron passed him. That's not what we're equating this to. I think people keep missing the argument because they keep trying to slide in new information. New information doesn't change what it is that we're basing this upon. It could change the numbers, it could change the status of yourself, but it doesn't change. We're talking about the chips. We're talking about the dominance. We're talking about when it's asked for, you deliver. It doesn't matter if you get 60,000 points. If at the end of this, you go out the second round. You understanding what I'm saying? Because a girl got a better BBL doesn't make her like, come on now. Yeah, you're 50 years old and can still wear Daisy Dukes. That don't make you the finest girl ever lived. That just means you look good for your age. Looking good for your age doesn't make you the GOAT. And that's what people are doing. They're talking about you looking good for your age. And if you look good for your age, that means you've been looking good for a long time. That still don't make you the baddest ever. Is that correct as a woman? Does that make you the baddest ever?
Ever subjective. Bad for that time.
It make you bad for that time. Exactly. But it doesn't make you the baddest ever because you was able to keep a physique at 60 years old. Your legs still look good in high heels or whatever it is. And I'm not comparing LeBron. I'm trying to make this an understandable point for ladies. Because if you see a lady that looks good at 53, it doesn't mean she looks better than Vanessa Williams, right?
So when you say that, and I want Trista to finish her point.
Do you understand that point? That y'all don't have to agree with me. Do you understand
I understand.
the
No,
point?
I understand.
So I understand your point, and I didn't want to go
Yes.
off on a tangent. And I'm going to make this point really, really quick because also to that point,
I
you
hate
could
lies. I hate lies. I really do. I hate lies.
you can say what you want, but to even like compare, like, okay, best for longevity, baddest for that time, and then for women, I think of like Kim Kardashian, right? She's looked good for the longevity of her career, which also in comparison, I'm not saying like Kim Kardashian is the looks of like LeBron in basketball, but like kind of, because that's the same kind of concept.
Okay. So I'm glad you said that, because the way Kim Kardashian came about her success, for me, I don't value that because of the way she came about it. To other people that have different morals and different principles, they may look at that and like, so what? She's a billionaire. I don't count money that you get the wrong way. I don't count that. You know what I'm saying? There's some people like, oh, I won 100 games. But you won 100 games on steroids. I feel the same way about rap. If it comes out that these rappers did these things to be at that level, and I'm like, no, bro, I was doing that without doing that. Yeah. So I don't hold a success on the same level at that point. Even if you were looked at as the GOAT, we're taking that GOAT status down because you got there the wrong way. You didn't get there honestly. You got there, now all this stuff comes out. You got there these ways? Nah, I don't respect that. You're nobody. You're actually lower than the people who we thought was under us.
That's a really good point, and I kind of want to get your perspective on LeBron more then. So in that analogy, do you think that there's something besides the amount of rings that is bringing LeBron down in terms of the dominance? Like, do you
Yeah,
think
let's
because
talk
he
about
got
it.
his
Yeah,
ring-
let's talk about it. It's not just the rings are won. Of course, it's the championships, and there's people who won more championships than Jordan. So it's not just the rings, but it's showing up when it counts. Isn't that what makes you great? That you show up when it counts. That's why people love God, because he comes through. He's faithful. He's faithful. Is no excuse for not delivering. That's what I'm more so talking about. It's not the 50,000 points. I said it myself. If LeBron wins a championship with his son, then I could start having that conversation. Until then, I can't have that conversation until you come through, pause, when we really need you to, without excuse. Him joining other people to get those rings, that definitely plays into his legacy. That would be no different than if you find out that I was buying all my sales. That plays into how we look at you, right? We can't throw that away. We can't highlight the things that you do good and turn a blind eye on the things that weren't correct. Is that correct? Or we just, because that's what I'm talking about. You joining teams, you're moving stuff around so you can, it's like me going in a park and there's 2 7-footers and all the other kids are 5'10". And I picked the 2 7-footers and I'm playing against all of the kids 5'10", but you want me to believe that you did something? No, you were playing with, you stacked your team. You stacked your team.
And then, the question that I have though about the longevity, the female analogy, the women analogy, do you think if you're the baddest girl in your senior year in high school through like sophomore year in college, and then you fall off, like rim check Jordan Wizards, and you have a short but high peak, but then you have somebody who's like maybe slightly not as hot, but is hot like Halle Berry into her 50s. You don't weigh those things at all. It's just like whatever your peak is, even though you might have fallen off of a cliff in your early 20s.
No, I do see that point, but Jordan didn't have that. That's why I'm trying to say that. That will be very much true. I'm a realist, I'm gonna weigh both sides. Like if LeBron comes and he gets, let's say 5 championships and he didn't run to Miami to get it, he would definitely be in that. He would definitely be right there with Jordan, right there where you can even say, okay, some people could put him over him. And I wouldn't be mad at that. But the things that certain players have done to get their rings, that's different. That's different for my mindset. Me, and I'm not the end all say all to anything, but I'm just here to voice that opinion. Because when you do certain things like that, I can't deem it as the same. Are you a great basketball player? Yes. Do you have the most points? Yes. Have you been the best for the longest? Yes. But that don't make you the best.
That's that. But Trista, so I just need a little final.
Because when we needed you to be the best, you walked off. When we needed you to be the best, you blamed other people. So we got to keep all of that on the same scale. The guy I'm talking about, when his dad died, he delivered. When he had the flu, he delivered. He never gave us an excuse for not delivering. That's why we still wear Jordans instead of LeBrons. That's why we wear them.
That's fair. That's fair. Do you put Steph Curry then over LeBron? Because Steph didn't ever leave a team, even though he got. Inherited.
Yes, I'm glad you put. Now you're getting my mindset. I actually hold Kobe over LeBron to me, because with everything people saying, Kobe got his 5 championships with the team he was with. When they went down, he went down with his team. When they came up, he came up with his team. He never felt like he had to go to play with Ray Allen to win. He put the team on his shoulders. When people said, well, you only got those because Shaq was with you. He got them without Shaq, without moving. Same location. Y'all come play with me. Can't say you're the king if you following other people to play. Not where I come from. You can't do that. And I know today we have better media and we have better access to the media. We didn't have internet and stuff like that. So you can paint narratives. But even when people act a certain way, when they get around real men, we know who's who. We know who's who. You can lie to other people. You can't lie to people like me. And that's probably why people don't like my takes. Because you can't lie to me. You can lie to other people that's infatuated with things you've done. But I can see through it. Great basketball player. Number 3 still to me. Number 3. That's high though.
And then Steph or Magic or who?
I can't really say right now because I'm really in this heated discussion. Is Jordan, is Kobe. People be disrespectful putting LeBron before Kobe. LeBron is not before Kobe. Kobe got 5. Kobe was as dominant. There's nobody that would say LeBron is way more dominant than Kobe. What are y'all talking about? Did Kobe not exist? What are we talking about? When Kobe was here, was he dominating Kobe? Where are we getting this from?
I agree. I think that Kobe is probably one of the most disrespectful superstars or disrespected superstars that we have. Like the fact that he's not in GOAT discussions like all the time is insane to me. Like that's insane to me, especially as somebody who grew up hating the Lakers, watching every Laker game as a Portland Trailblazer fan. Like he was a killer. He was like as clutch as they came. And he had a mentality that, you know, is sort of like doesn't exist anymore. As much as guys want to say they have the Mamba mentality, not many people do.
Well,
I agree with that take.
Yeah, I want to add to that because I do. First of all, like Steph Curry is my GOAT, but I think Kobe is definitely up there. I think one of the things about it, especially with like, not to be the voice of Gen Z, but like people, I don't think we ever leave Kobe out of the conversation or out of the discussion because he definitely is stamped there, you know, like top tier. He's the GOAT. I really feel like he's even in his own lane, but I do think that people are, especially younger generations, are entertained by what's currently in their face.
Yeah.
It's the attention span thing.
Of the moment. Prisoners of the moment. Because is nothing you go back and look at and say, okay, oh, this is that much greater than this. So I wonder, where do they get this narrative from? Probably because they watch ESPN or they watch these major old networks that feed this information and come up with stats and come up with ideas that make people focus in on that one part and say, oh, yeah, he got 60,000 points. Okay. And Wilt Chamberlain had 100, but we don't bring him up. Right. And what's his name? And Bill Russell.
Yeah.
And all of these people had 10 rings or whatever they got, you know, but we don't call them the GOAT. We call you the GOAT because you're the greatest of all time, not the most points of all time, not the most blocks of all time, the greatest of all time. I mean, we put these two people on the stage. Let's define what the greatest of all time is. We put these two on the stage and this one outperforms the other one every single time. So I'm saying if you put Jordan and LeBron on the stage, Jordan will outperform him every time. If you put Jordan and Kobe on the same stage in a prime, Kobe would outperform him every time. That's what we're going off. Because I even have a hard putting Magic on him, but I understand. He may, with this athleticism, outperform Magic every time. And I'm okay with that. As long as it's the truth, I'm okay with it. I don't like when people are biased because they like a person, or they're biased because they need an interview, or they're biased because they have financial gain to why they're saying what they're saying.
Very, very.
And everybody I hear talk about this conversation have an agenda in the conversation. So you never get the truth from people who have an agenda for why they're saying what they're saying. That's bias either against the person or bias for the person. You couldn't name one person that had this discussion. Probably. You probably could. but I don't see one as of yet that I've heard of that wasn't either biased against LeBron or biased for LeBron.
And there you have it. That was Mason's breakdown on why LeBron James is not the greatest of all time. I know all you Bron-sexuals out there are gonna come with our objectives, with the same old objections too. And we keep breaking it down to y'all over and over and over again. But let's be honest here, the way Mason broke it down, you can't even deny that didn't just make sense. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. And I know you agree, but you won't admit it. And I respect it. You're a loyal fan of LeBron James. But, hey, he's not the greatest of all time. He is not the greatest of all time. Okay, y'all? I'm just letting y'all know this now. But be sure to drop something in the comments, hit that like button. Also, turn on notification bell on if you haven't yet. If you have not yet, hit that subscribe button, y'all. You feel me? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you can keep up with all the latest videos that I drop. And stay tuned. Like I said, we always come back with different content, especially if you love reactions. But it's your boy DtaeNoDinero, and I'm about to get in this pool. And we out, y'all. Hey, do me a favor before I leave, y'all. Do me a favor. Subscribe. Silly.